Now, in case you missed it, because a lot has been happening today, here's a quick breakdown of the 8 bills signed into law by President William Ruto this morning. Now, we start with the air. The Air Passenger Service Charge Amendment Bill of 2025, which changes air travel fees, introduces a fee of $50 for international flights and 600 shillings for local flights. The money will be shared between the Tourism Fund and the Weather Department. Now, the privatization bill changes how the government sells its shares in state-owned companies. Very important, its shares in state-owned companies, removes Parliament's approval, also really important to note, and gives Treasury full control over which companies can be sold and how the sales are done. Now let's move to another interesting one, which is on the Computer Misuse and Cybercrime Amendment Bill of 2024, expands what counts as online crimes. Now it talks about things like using phone calls to scam people, SIM swap fraud, fake online investments, and introduces a fine of 20 million shillings or jail term of 10 years for people who send messages that are deemed to cause fear, violence, or serious offense. Now, the other one is the Virtual Asset Service Providers Bill, which basically introduces regulation in crypto trading and exchange platforms, requires the platforms to register to ensure transparency, and they should also implement policies that, of course, make users desist from money laundering. What's the other bill? We have the National Land Commission Amendment Bill 2023, changes how land matters are handled. Allows the commission to review past land allocations, manage compensation for those affected by government projects, and handle land disputes. Now, there's another one also, the Land Amendment Bill of 2024, which updates land ownership and registration rules. Now, this one is about buying land, and it says that when you are buying land, then you need to confirm the seller's identity through the digital land registry, but also allows land transactions to be done electronically to reduce fraud and fake titles. Now, this is the second last one. We have the National Police Service Commission Amendment Bill of 2024. Changes how police officers are managed. It gives the Inspector General more say in promotions, transferring officers, recruitment, while the Commission will mainly handle discipline and welfare matters. And finally, the Wildlife Conservation and Management Amendment Bill of 2023 that focuses on protecting wildlife and compensating people affected by animal attacks. Now, this increases fines for wildlife crimes and sets clear rules for paying compensation to victims of wildlife attacks. And that's a wrap. That was quite a mouthful. And msiniroast sana kwa comments bana, najua nimeshema sana.
Wakati nyinyi wote mko hapo nje mourning Raila Odinga's death, Baba Charlene has signed 8 controversial, dangerous bills into law. Number 1, National Land Commission Amendment Bill, Land Amendment Bill 2024, Wildlife Amendment Bill 2023, Computer Misuse and Cybercrime Amendment Bill 2024, National Police Commission Amendment Bill 2024, Air Passage Services Charge Amendment Bill 2025, Virtual Asset Services Provided Bill 2025, and the last Privatization Bill 2025. Kenyans, or while the nation is distracted, Baba Charlene is moving fast.
This cybercrime bill that was ascended into law today by the president, soon after the announcement of the death of Raila Odinga, Kenyans have started having a conversation surrounding it. And of course, it is subject to interpretation by the courts. But the Law Society of Kenya, or somebody who is a lawyer, who has looked at that particular bill, which is now an act, it's a law. Please sensitize us on what really this new law, this cybercrime law, is talking about. Because, maybe we are headed in a very wrong direction if, components of the Information Act are being shrinked purposefully. So, my prayer is for the LSK or any other Kenyan who has got the muscle financial and everything, to go to court and sought for interpretation of this particular bill that has been ascended to law, the Cyber Crimes Act. And we are watching because we don't want our country to start like other countries where the freedom of speech and the information components of the Information Act are being, they're being curtailed purposefully. We don't want to go there.
So guys, but it is not business as usual. It was too good to be true. Imaginini, the whole day venye tumekuwa tukimon baba, tumekuwa tukiongelelea baba, imekuwa tu story ni baba. #trending ni Raila. Ruto has passed 8 bills into laws. Ametengeneza press conference leo, tulikuwa tunadhani sisi wote he wants to pass his condolences to the family, but he was passing bills to laws. Not 1 bill, not 2, 8 bills. And these bills are very harmful. Ebu acheni niwasome hizo bills musikie. Guy, hey. The first one, National Land Commission Bill. The next, Land Amendment Bill. Iyo, Wildlife Amendment Bill. Hapa ndio nataka tuangalie Computer Misuse and Cyber Crimes Amendment Bill. This bill states that the government can erase your content online. Yani unaweza post video, waone hii video ni kama itufreshi wanaitoa. Eboja tusome hapa chini. The Cyber Crimes Bill can let them shut your account, and the Privatization Bill opens door to selling public assets. Guys, stay woke, stay vigilant. Sijui kwa nini naona tukitokea. Mimi nimeiona. Anyway, one time during the swamp, kindly follow me on Instagram and Facebook. Also, purpose to register as a voter if you haven't. We don't want this nonsense. We don't want this nonsense in our next government.
Naona wametangaza Raila amededi. But let me tell you, it was a calculated move. Tell me why. Mama Hida Odiga says that Jacom died 5 days ago. And then anasema ya kwamba hakuwa anataka wa Kenya atuwaumie roho. And then do he to confirm it's a calculated move ya gava ama political move. The announcement was made in the morning. Do wa Kenya washinde kule online wakipeana rest in peace. And then rais wetu akaenda pale State House akasign 8 bills into law. Angalia hiyo. Na some of this law,
baba ametuacha, may his soul rest in peace. Now nimepitia page ya the President of the Republic of Kenya William Ruto, nione condolence message yake inasema nini kuhusu baba. Now niko surprise kitu naona hapo ni amepass the controversial cybercrime bill, the controversial bills zenye watu wamekuwa kikataa. Why the rush? Why the sudden rush to pass these controversial bills? Anyway, may your soul rest in peace baba.
Na tukiendelea hivyo kuomboleza baba ako sawa, ako kwa babake, may he rest in peace. Na pia leo on the same day mkumbuke 8 bills zimekuwa ascended into law by the president. Leo on the same day twende pale tujue ni bills gani, ndio ujue ni sheria gani imekuwa mpya, haikuwa ama nini imeamendiwa, na tuchukue kura.
Alafu wadau, before the news of Raila's death, the president signed many bills into law. One of them, it is how they are going to sell everything the government of Kenya owns. My friend Sue, who I have tagged here, has shared all the details about the bills. I will recommend that you go and watch, lest we forget, because from the look of things and the bills that the president signed, the streets are calling.
Majama, mimi naomba nibulanda. Last week nilikuja hapa nikamwambia about Cyber Crime Amendment Bill 2024. Nyinyi mngafanya kama napiga show zangu za jaba. Siko hivi. Leo man mkiwa mnamona Orezo alisainiwa kitu into law. Na mjua man watu mmezoea kupost vitu huku na kutukana watu bila facts, shauri yenu. fine inafika 20 million mojamaa, na hata unaweza kufungwa 10 years. Bulanda.
Raila Amolo Odinga kifo chake kilikuwa declared sahihi leo hii kwa Kenya. Asubuhi mapema asubuhi. William Samoei Ruto alisaini bili 8. Alisaini bili 8 ya kwanza ka make sure anaenda kuinfringe rights za activism. Rights za government critics through social media. Sasa ametaka social media anaenda kukua anafunga social media, anafunga akaunti zenu bila idhini ya court. Leo hii amesaini. Na ni mswada unapita kwa parliament au wabunge wetu manguruo na waambia hapa. Wenye hawezi pitisha bili ambayo inaweza protect our SHA itusaidie hospitali, zile vitu critical za vechi mwananchi, hawezi pitisha bill ya kuondoa matters with corruption, lakini wako na akili haraka mbongo lala ya kupiga mswada ya kumake sure Wakenya wanyime freedom ya speech. In accordance with chapter 4 and the Bill of Rights, article 18. Sasa tunaenda kuwa our laws, our freedom is going to be infringed. Ati mtu wa media ati ada right ya kurekodi ene matukio yote live unapata account yako inafungwa na status. Anaenda kwa ajili tubloka toka hapa kina tuitumbe tudoko hapa. Kwa kufungia watu account. Is that what Kenyans you are displaying? Na Ruto akakuwa mwerevu sana. Alisaini hiyo bill asubuhi kwa sababu alijua hii kifo ya Raila itafunika nini? Hizo vitu zote muda uliza wa Kenya. That guy is smart man. Alisaini asubuhi. Ndio sasa after kusaini hivi breaking news. Ndio akili zetu zote zihamie kwa Raila kifo cha. Msahau kuna bili zilisainiwa. Alisaini hii leo. Who is going to address that? Mkali mnaniambia hapa sijui Raila sijui this and that. Yeah, I don't focus that nonsense. Hata yeye amekufa vile any other somebody can die. Yes, na kila mtu ikifika wakati wako kukufa utakufa tu. Hakuna mtu hapa ako special, ako subject to death. You'll die. When your time comes you'll die. Na mwisho wa kukifa ni wapi? 6/6. Hakuna kitu kingine. So tu hayo hapa tukibembelezana bwana. Kenyans deserve better in this country. The pain that Kenyans have undergone in this country is enough. And enough is enough. And that's why I'm calling Edwin Sifuna. Edwin Sifuna na huyu kijana anaitwa Babu